Hey, what's going on, guys? Pineapple Sway here. Today I'm bringing you guys a updated Harley build. Like what I previously mentioned, I wanted to make a new build for Harley. Although this isn't entirely new, it's a little bit different. So if you want to run something that isn't, I would say, meta right now, which is like the corrupted heatwave grenade and then like all that stuff, I kind of have an updated build. This build still works perfectly fine on like high mastery, and I think it can get you up to mastery 1000. But like what I said, before I get into it though, please consider liking and subscribing. As you can see, we have like the reverse flash melee. We're actually back to the Firefly grenade. We have the two-phase tier 2, tier 1 Catwoman LMG, and we have the poison Ivy gear set. Although I would say this season the Ivy gear set isn't really needed. It's not really that good, but um, I'm giving you guys a different alternative since I know it can be pretty difficult to get the corrupted heatwave grenade from what I've seen. And honestly, like I can't even tell you how I have it. I just happen to have it in my inventory, and then I didn't realize how overpowered it was since the regular heatwave grenade is kind of, or the grenade itself is just kind of iffy, but the corrupted version is just amazing. And I will say, just like short notice, that I was noticing that using the Firefly grenade again in this specific season was causing my frames to drop and a little bit of lag, so just fair warning for that. Which is pretty funny because just how destructive the Firefly grenade can be sometimes. But this build, I would say the other build I've uploaded is a lot better, but I wanted to like retool it and find a different alternative for people that may not have access to the heatwave grenade. Since obviously heatwave grenade, you have to go back and do the rescue the Flash mission, Brainiac boss fight at decent to high mastery, so you can give yourself the best chance to get that corrupted drop, and it can be pretty difficult for it to drop. So I'm making this video for an alternative for people who may not have that, and showing off that hey, this build is still pretty good and destructive. I was killing enemies pretty fast and getting those burn ticks. Although I would like to, if I could have found a way, I would have used the Scarecrow and Dr. Poison synergy, just so I can get the extra boost to affliction damage. But it's okay. This was working perfectly fine. Now I will say, like on grunt-based missions, this build will absolutely fry. With the grunts, it is amazing, but with the brutes, it's not a good alternative. So the best rotation for using this would probably be this mission right here, the Toyman mission, and then probably one of the turret missions, and just use that rotation. While using the corrupted heatwave grenade build, you do this mission, and then the two brute missions, and that's a really good rotation. I was killing the grunts like instantly using this build, while you'll see later in the second gameplay it was taking me a bit to kill the brutes, which isn't a problem. I was still able to get through mastery 430 with no problem. But it's something to think about and something to consider while using this build, because obviously, like what I said, you want to be fast, you want to complete these missions as quickly as possible. So using something like this can hold you back for a while, and can just hold back how long a mission will take, especially when it takes a while to kill the brute enemies. It's definitely a lot better to use the heatwave corrupted if you have that for these brute missions. Like you'll see right here, I was not necessarily struggling, but it just was taking a little bit of time. So like there's that. Obviously, like it's just what's causing it is the heatwave or the Firefly grenade is a sticky grenade, so it has a delayed explosion, so it's going to take a few seconds to explode. I think it's like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, while the heatwave grenade it's like a cluster, I think. So the heatwave grenade explodes instantly, which is why it basically does a ton of damage to brutes. But for the grunts, for some reason, takes a little bit because I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like Firefly Grenade with grunts, it was killing them almost instantly and knocking them out in waves. While with the brutes, the Heat Wave Grenade's better because it will just explode instantly and drain their health bar. And the also too, like, I probably should be using Dr. Phosphorus's LMG instead of Scarecrow Tier 2. I might honestly test that out. And it fits my skill tree a lot better, but just wanted to try this build out. And then plus two, like the 10% burn ticks from Two-Face Tier 2 is just something I wanted to see. But obviously, like, I was struggling a bit, so it, nothing too crazy. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't dying. Like, I do die once in this mission, but it's just something to consider. Just when you're using this build, you don't want to obviously you don't want to go into a mission with like the wrong build, but obviously, like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of just yapping, but basically, like, back to what I was saying, like, I know a lot of you guys have asked me, like, hey, what's the good alternative instead of the Corrupted Heatwave Grenade? And, like, I know there's the Corrupted Gentleman Ghost Grenade, but honestly, I don't really like the Gentleman Ghost Grenade. I don't think it's that good, in my opinion, but obviously, like, you guys can run whatever you want to run. This is just what I run, and this is what I'm going to upload. So, like, feel free to run whatever you want to run. But just thought, hey, I would upload this video, have a different alternative for people who may not have the Corrupted E-Wave Grenade. And obviously I was using the IV gear set, although I think the IV gear set, in my opinion, is kind of obsolete this season. Which I would say for the game standards is pretty good since it was the most broken gear set in the game. But, that doesn't mean it'll be good in Episode 6 or Season 4. So obviously we'll just have to wait and see what the plan is. But, yeah, this is still a good build, though. Even not running the Heatwave Grenade. Running Firefly, IV gear set, and then Catwoman Tier 1 3-piece. It's a lot of fun. Still destructive. Still revolves around grenades. Not really. I don't think there will ever be a build in this game that revolves around gunplay, because the guns are just so weak in this game, which isn't nothing wrong with that, but it's just the truth. But yeah, so that's basically it. This is the concluder to the video, and I'll be moving on to build changes and build improvements. Although I would say realistically, there really isn't any changes or any improvements. The only changes I would make is just if there was like a Firefly cluster, that would be a lot better. Or if you have the Firefly Corrupted and want to try this, the Firefly Corrupted might honestly be the better alternative. And then maybe switching out the Two-Face SMG for Dr. Phosphorus. Other than that, this build is totally usable and a lot of fun. And alternative if you don't have the Corrupted E-Wave Grenade. Anyways, this is Pineapple Soy. Hope you guys enjoy this. Peace out.